this segment, we're going to take a look at the generic roles and responsibilities that span this service lifecycle of service strategy, service design, transition and operation, but also ongoing continual service improvement. When we think about roles and responsibilities, we need to define who is responsible and accountable, but also who needs to be consulted and who needs to be informed. We'll be taking a look at the generic roles of service owners and process owners, process managers, and process practitioners. Beginning with the service owner, if you take a look at these activities, then stop and think about how many stakeholders would have to be communicated to throughout the service lifecycle to understand the service level requirements and translate those into services. The service owner will also represent that service across the entire organization. And here we see a view of the service from the service owner's perspective. They don't just look at the application or the server, but they represent the end-to-end service across the organization. Let's take a look now at some process roles, the generic process roles for each and every process to ensure its effectiveness, but also its efficiency. First is the process owner. And the process owner, for the most part, yes, documentation, yes, policies, but mostly in order to ensure process control, we have the process owner. They are the go-to person. They are accountable. And in ITIL, when a role is accountable, that means there can be only one individual who is accountable. Many may have responsibilities, but only one is accountable. And for the process, that is the process owner. And they'll work with many stakeholders and other process owners. Looking at these activities, it becomes more evident if the process owner is going to be designing the process and making sure that we have knowledge management resources and ongoing continual service improvement. If each process owner does that, there's going to have to be some consistency in what they do, and there's going to have to be oversight. So here is the concept of the Service Management Office to ensure overall quality and control, that the process owners aren't working in silos, that the processes and functional teams are integrated. And so the process owners may have a direct line report or a dotted line report, depending on the structure of your organization, to ensure that overall quality. And in comes this guy. And I love this picture because roles are like hats. For example, you might have a service desk manager who is the incident management process owner and also takes on the operational oversight of incident management and becomes the process manager. So these roles, process owner and process manager, could be combined. And in a small organization, that is not uncommon. Likewise, in a large global organization, you might have an incident management process owner and at each region, a process manager ensuring these roles. And so the process manager is going to make sure that we have the appropriate people, that the activities are not only being carried out, but they'll have oversight operationally to make sure that those activities and process are being monitored and measured on a day-to-day basis, according to what your policies and procedures require. The process practitioner role are those that perform the activities. And so the process practitioner, if you take a look here, any one of these individuals who are a practitioner for the process will probably have activities and roles to play in many processes across the service lifecycle, not just one. But the process practitioners would be those performing the activities. So in summary, we have the service owner who represents the service across the organization, that is generally assigned to an executive level person who represents the service. The process owner, who might be a line manager, for example, accountable for oversight of the process, the governance, the documentation, and ensuring that it's fit for purpose. And the process manager, who oversees the operational activities such as monitoring and measuring of the process, and the practitioners who actually do the work. Thank you very much for attending. This is going to end this segment for generic roles and responsibilities. We hope to see you in class where we'll discuss specific roles for each and every process and service in the service lifecycle. Thank you.